Are we online?
Oh, you're asking?
Well, I never get to since I'm the one that starts it. So.
Oh, you're asking?
Somebody has to.
Oh.
It wouldn't be a stream without us either doing dumb voices or going, hey, are we online?
Tweet.
Oh, apparently, watch live now, BMFcast Raw live stream.
Damn straight, it's raw.
We're so raw.
Retweet. Smash that like button.
Oh, I got to do that.
Ring that bell.
Hang on.
Y'all should like and subscribe to our shit.
Nah.
Nah. Man, it's late. Everybody's not going to know where we are. I mean, I don't know where we are.
Where's BJ?
Where's BJ?
So you guys have second half stuff, right? Before we get to that point.
Not really. Do you?
No.
No?
And if you don't, do we just skip the second half again?
I mean, people are going to care about me starting to watch Deadwood 12 years later or whatever it is. I guess no, it's more like 15. It's like 12 years since
it's
the
been a
end of the
while.
show.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it started in 2004.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you can math fast, too.
Yeah.
See, I only remember ancient commercials that nobody remembers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do. You talk about new ones, and I'm like, I don't know. Acapulco Beachside? That's Bolivianaca Beachside.
Bonanaca piece.
Everyone thought it was Acapulco. No,
ATM fix everything.
because it's Fiji. Fiji is not Acapulco, in case you're not aware.
What?
But Bolivianaca is a greeting in Fiji.
Banaka's mouth spray.
No, that's Banaka.
Right.
Yes, Bolivianaca.
Mm-hmm.
No,
When you put Banaka in your mouth smells like Banaka.
let your fingers do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
That
your
was
fingers do
an
it.
old Groove Tube joke. I'll
What?
take off on a really old commercials. Let your fingers do the walking. I'm just explaining all my references today. That's my new thing.
Mm.
Instead of just saying them, I'm going to explain them, and then you're going to be like, huh.
Good.
Huh.
Good.
Whoa, don't. Oh, crap. I just hit the wrong button.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
Wrong button. Don't do that.
Jeez.
I almost bought the
Special Olympics.
Arcade Classics Anniversary Collection.
There's another. That's a good collection, too.
8 Konami arcade classics from the 80s.
Yeah.
What are those arcade classics?
Twin Bee.
Ooh, Twin Bee.
Scramble.
Oh, you're selling it so far, Chuck.
Nemesis.
Do you also get Poached?
Typhoon, also known as Ajax.
Uh-huh.
Vulcan Venture,
Yeah.
also known as Gradius 2. Thunder Cross.
Ooh.
Haunted Castle. Salamander, also known as Life Force.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like a great collection.
It's I'm kind of. I don't think I'm gonna. There is the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle.
Yeah.
That's a good one, too.
What's in the Beat 'em
Doesn't
Up
that have
bundle?
Knights of the Round on it?
I believe it does.
Oh, I want to play that.
It
That
does?
should be one of the things we stream.
If it had that Punisher game, I'd buy it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that one night we played the entire Punisher game.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. So this includes Final Fight, Captain Commando, The King of the Dragons, Knights of the Round, and Warriors of Fate, as well as 2 games that were previously unavailable on consoles, Armored Warriors and Battle Circuit.
Battle Circuit.
Man, Battle Circuit.
Knights of the Round was fun.
Battle Circuit.
I don't remember Knights of the Round at all.
It was that same era. Like it's like
3-player.
2.5D where you can kind of go up and down a little bit. Golden Axe.
It's Golden Axe, yeah.
Okay. All right. Helicopters.
How the fuck do they work?
Unmarked helicopters.
That was from the X-Files
It was.
by Mike Doty.
It was.
Mm-hmm. I understood that reference.
We've been doing that a lot lately.
Understanding references?
Yes.
Cool.
Calling out when we've understood a reference.
Yeah.
Well, we got 7 people watching. I don't know where they are or whether they're commenting.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh.
Ian.
Oh, Ian's here.
Ian. Hey, Ian. Sorry, BJ's not here. We kicked him out.
How's that no hair going, Ian?
Oh, no hair.
Man, I'm very jealous.
Where's your hair, Ian?
He shaved it off.
Oh, no.
Shaved his head.
I don't pay attention
It's
to
a good look.
things.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I keep wanting to do it. The only thing is, like, my hair grows fucking fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'd have to shave daily.
Yeah.
And I can't even shave, like, my neck daily. So shaving my head.
But Like neck or neck? I mean, I don't know.
My neck.
Oh yeah, your neck.
My neck beard.
My neck.
My neck.
My neck beard.
My neck.
My neck.
I've shifted back into the mode. Like this job, I was doing it like daily for the first few months, and then I kind of like went every other day, and now I'm like
Weekly.
I'll shave Monday and maybe Friday, but we'll see.
I've now taken to shaving beef on podcast day. That's what I do.
Ah,
I'm just like,
you look good for the stream.
yeah, I want to look good for the stream.
I actually
You know-
kind of do that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wednesdays, it's time to shave the old neck beard.
The old neck beard.
The old neck beard.
Yeah.
Invisible BJ. I believe that's in Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
An invisible man.
Is that the scene everyone was demanding the
Sleeping
footage
in your
from?
bed.
Yes. They want the full
That
context.
was the hill these people wanted to die on.
It's
It was
on
like,
the-
we want the fucking Ghostbusters blowjob scene.
It's on the new
Show the
Blu-ray,
whole
so-
thing.
I want to see Dan Aykroyd shoot his ectoplasm
Release
everywhere
the Ghostbuster Snyder cut with the Ghost BJ.
from his crystal head.
Right.
So,
Ghost blowjob. I will enjoy. Yep.
Stop
Should we do
crossing
this?
streams?
Should we do this thing?
Do you have the cast thing?
What?
yeah, I got it on Discord.
Okay.
I got it pulled up.
All right.
Thank you for looking it up. Though I could,
Right.
I wish I could remember what her character was in her previous movie. But
She was
Who,
a person.
all right,
Are we talking about
Yeah.
Stacey Randall?
Yeah.
Being in a previous
Yes.
BMFcast
She was
movie?
in
Correct.
Demolition High.
Demolition High.
I guess she was one of the other henchmen
Probably.
ladies.
Yeah.
I just don't remember.
What year
her
was
at all.
Demolition High? She was
Six.
Dugan.
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 Yeah, digging.
Dugan.
Dugan.
Probably Duggan, but Dugan.
Yeah.
Dugan Duggan.
I literally.
Steve.
Duggan Dugan.
Hello, Steve.
Digging it. Digging it. Not gonna force here anymore.
It's a whole new crew. We usually don't
Man.
have these people in the chat.
Happy Wednesday. This is what we do. We start later and
Yeah.
suddenly,
All of a sudden,
I'll-
our biggest fans are here.
yes.
What?
Sitting with my leg under the other leg. It's the stupidest thing I do, and I've been doing it since a little kid. And it's terrible. The
Bad.
older I get, my back's like, what the fuck you doing?
It's also bad for your circulation.
What is?
Sitting on your leg.
Like, instead
really?
of like crossing my leg this way, I do like under the other leg.
I have a standing desk now, so I stand all day long,
Wow.
which is how I fucked up my feet. But hey,
You need some foot rollers.
Yeah.
foot rollers. What are like? As in what?
I don't remember what the condition is called, but if you like have you can actually do it with a can of soda. But if you like take your foot and roll
Oh,
over it, it will make your feet feel better.
yeah.
it's like
my
making-
dad has to do that for
like-
his plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
That's probably what it's called.
Fists with your toes.
Yeah, you make fists with your toes.
No, that's actually part of my problem.
Your toes?
Yeah, my big toe, I've fucked up the tendons in it by making fists with my toes too much and like leaning on it. So like, yeah, like I can't like my big toe, I can't make it go up at all without extreme pain. So it's probably broken at some point and then healed wrong, and now it's
But
just
they
done.
make foot roller things that are like you can leave under your desk. Like they're
Really?
weighted and you can
yeah,
just,
but I don't have a chair, so I
Well,
have
you
to
probably-
balance on the foot roller thing.
Wait, that's just for 1 foot only. Silly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
I'll-
should do 1 foot at a time.
I will see if they'll buy that for me, and then watch their reaction as they laugh in my fucking face.
They're like $10 on Amazon. I think you can.
Watch their reactions. They laugh in my fucking face.
Okay.
And then buy a $45,000 machine the next day
Cool.
and tell me I have to learn how to use it and teach
you
everybody
should.
else.
Should learning things is cool. That's what cool kids do. is
Yeah.
learn stuff.
Love that learning. Big fan of the learning.
I didn't put my drink in the thingy. I should have.
Do you have a tiki drink?
No,
Your tiki drink.
I was just gonna. I have a tea
Where's my grandma?
drink.
Oh, there's my
I
grandma.
forgot the key. Yeah,
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
that's actually that one's yours actually. Yeah, because I got the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The cool one.
So where's BJ's?
I think there's
took
one
it
or
home.
two in the cabinet.
Okay.
They've come out with a bunch of other ones, and I kept wanting to get them. And I'm like,
Do you want to wait a year?
yeah,
While
that's
they,
the problem.
While they work on their colorways.
I don't want my funds tied up in their fucking glaze wave.
Yeah.
whatever.
Glaze Way.
Glaze Wave.
That's what it was.
That's my new
It wasn't
band.
even just colorway. It was Glaze Way.
Glaze way.
That's why we were like, oh, fuck you. Your Glaze Way.
Oh, fuck you.
Sorry. I did kind of go almost like a little queefy there for a second, like, ah, jeez. Fucking glaze way.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Ian.
Yeah, good to see you, Ian.
So you know what? If you stop listening now, it'll all be brand new to you when it releases.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Left. All right, let's do this.
Podcast.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Episode 471.
Wow, that's numbers.
That is, again, a number.
Sure is.
Nintendo.
Yes, nice. Blaze it. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
And there's no BJ this week.
Aw.
But
Nah.
what we do, despite him being here or not, is we we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. And then we come in here and talk about it for the first half. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot Jocks.
Yeah, Robot Jocks.
Hey.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's a good movie.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
it's all right.
We like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, there are bad movies that stay away. They get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Oh.
Oh, no.
In which they belong.
Gross.
Yeah, those are bad.
Mhm.
I wouldn't
Stinky.
want to be around that.
Get it out.
So, I don't know if you're aware, but we're watching some Force movies.
Why?
Well, see, last month it was Force Majeure,
It
and
was.
now
It
we're
was.
in Force Majoon. Yes, I'm gonna get more David Tennant every time I say it.
You know what? This honestly might be my favorite
It's the
theme
best
month
joke.
thing we've done. Of all the stupid things we've done,
Well, I
this
already,
might be my favorite stupid
I already
one.
told you, prepare yourselves for the 4th of July.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Never going to stop.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't know if we're doing that. I'm just
Oh. Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
No.
Aw.
Yeah. This week we did a sequel to a movie we watched a long time ago that
Way long time ago.
I missed
we really
that
don't
episode.
remember much about. And luckily, this is a sequel in name only. It has literally nothing to do with the first one.
Right.
Okay.
This is Excessive Force 2, Force on Force. So, if you wanted some force in your Force Majoon, here it is.
Yeah.
All the force.
How
So
is this
much
not
force.
the finale for Force?
Because the next month is the next one is
Majoon.
called Force Force, Force.
Forced to Force.
I had a feeling this might not have been a strong candidate to go out on.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So.
Would you like a plot summary that I didn't pre-read? So this usually goes really well.
Oh, good. Looking forward to it.
Okay.
Even more.
A special forces agent turned investigator who arrives on the scene of an apartment mob hit to help the local police is actually hunting down Frances Liddell, a former CO and lover who shot her in the head when she turned down his... That's a fucking run-on sentence. I can't even... I've just got to stop.
Okay.
Like, this whole thing I just looked is one goddamn long run-on sentence.
All
but
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a murder. There's a military investigator lady who has a bullet fragment in her head
Yep.
and is tracking down a former CO/lover. I could have just said that.
Who shot her?
And left her for dead.
Yes.
2.
Force on Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want some background,
Yeah.
people, etc.
Please.
Writer, Mark Savi of Terminal Rush.
Yeah.
Which one was Terminal Rush?
The one with Roddy Piper.
And Don the Dragon Wilson.
That's the one where he like has the sunglasses and goes and has the face paint that's exactly the
Oh,
sunglasses behind it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like taking over a dam or
Yep.
something.
Yep. Okay.
It's real bad.
Yeah, but that was just a generic title, unfortunately. Also, Stacey Randall of Demolition High.
Right.
She's the lead character, but I don't remember her
She
in
was
Demolition
digging.
High at all.
Dugan. I don't know. Probably one of the people
She
who
might not have even spoken in that. I don't
possibly
know.
not. Yeah.
Because when she speaks in this one, I'm like, where are you from, young lady?
Yeah.
Because your accent is fucked. Also, James Liu of Steel Justice, Action Jackson, Savage Beach, Best of the Best, Martial Law, The Perfect Weapon, Guns, Do or Die, Showdown in Little Tokyo, Mission of Justice, Tough and Deadly, and LA Street Fighters.
Yeah.
Holy God, James Liu.
Yeah.
Did he just like sneak into being like our most decorated veteran?
Pretty much.
Alumni thing? What the hell?
He's the guy who's in every movie we've seen, but only for about 45 seconds.
Yeah, he's basically
Yeah.
a martial arts choreographer, but usually appears in the stuff that he
Okay.
choreographs.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And according to Wikipedia, which is the only place that lists her nationality, she's an American actress. Could just be that she's in American movies, and because there's really no information about her whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, Cyril O'Reilly of Navy SEALs and
Yeah.
Black Dog,
Yeah.
going way back for old Cyril. And lastly, Jay Patterson from McBain.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Unfortunately,
not-
that's
yeah.
That's not McBain.
bulletproof. Yes, and it's Christopher Walken that's in McBain. But yeah,
But every time it comes
I-
up, we
yeah.
will say that exact same thing because
Right.
fuck yes.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
What happens in the beginning of this movie?
It starts in the cemetery, doesn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
that's
there's
right,
a hit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very confusing in the beginning because the way they're using code names and all that, it seems like it's a police sting to take down like some sort of mob drug thing in a cemetery.
Yeah, because they're all like, the groundhog is in the hole, the magpie is in the tree, the
Yeah.
lookout is in the bench. You know, it's just all these things, and then they're
Why
like,
don't I get to be an animal?
and then they're just like straight up like, the bad guy's here, time to murder him. And it's like, well, what happened to your codes? What the fuck was all that about? But there's like a homeless guy, and he's just happens to be there, and then
Yeah, they creatively murder these people mostly with guns. One guy has a crossbow.
yeah, but like the people who show up, they're like, oh, we might have civilians here. I don't know who this is, because they're targeting like two dudes in suits, and then suddenly three people show up who look like mourners, but they turn out to just be.
Well,
not.
they do the classic, like, I have a bundle of flowers.
Yeah.
And it's like, drop that, and it's a
Yeah,
shotgun.
It's a snub nose shotgun
Yeah.
deal.
So there's a lot of shooting, and
Yeah.
none of the people who were planning this, I don't think, get hit. But
No.
like they eventually
They
murder all.
they
the,
say they fuck up, but I think it's just because, like, one shot was not a kill shot, so they had to, like, go disarm him and finish it off.
yeah.
And the homeless guy is hiding behind some graves, and it's like, oh, shit. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they leave. And he says something like, you know, next time we don't fuck it up like this. And
Yeah.
let's move.
Right.
And then, because, like, at this point, it's like they're in full-on military speak. And it's like, oh, okay, not cops, but I still don't understand
Yeah.
why they're fleeing the scene. But, yeah, as the description says, they're former special forces now, like, mercenaries.
Just
And
taking contract hit
yeah,
jobs.
pretty much, yeah. And so this was some mob thing. That's the thing, is like there's a back plot of some mob intrigue thing that means fuck all in this movie because it is not explained. It doesn't mean
Well,
like Dan Lauria from the Wonder Years shows up at one
Yeah.
point, and it's like he
hires them to kill the dude who's in police protection, but you kind of have to work at that on your own.
right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
they give this guy who's in police custody, you know, who's spilling the beans on somebody, a lot of screen time, but it's like, other than he's trying to turn on Dan Lauria, it's like, beyond that, it's like, I don't know. There's just something happening that's not important to this movie.
It's only to give
Yeah.
a reason for the final
Yes.
big scene
Assault.
to happen.
Right.
Where it does.
Yeah.
That's
so
really all it is.
that
But
all
anyway.
happens, and then next thing we know, like, I think we get a few minutes with our main lady who's at a shooting range.
Yes.
And
Her CO or somebody comes over and is just like, you're not. You're
you're supposed to be on a plane.
You're supposed to with the shooting and the
Yeah.
surgery. Which
Yep.
okay, hold on.
Okay.
Now that I realize this, so yeah, he was like, "Why aren't you on a plane to go get the surgery?"
Right.
She's got a bullet lodged in her brain.
A bullet fragment.
Bullet fragment lodged in her brain.
And I guess it'd been okay, but now it's like it's moving and it's causing
Sure.
her stuff.
Extreme pain.
Well,
But
pain
should
and
she really
disorientation.
get on an airplane?
I don't know. I mean, how else are you going to get across the country? I mean, I drive, I suppose, but
I don't know.
You could take the train. It's very scenic.
I mean, planes are pressurized. I think it's okay.
Yeah, but they are both not pressurized at certain times. It just seems like that's a bad. I don't know. It also seems like it could be a Passenger 57 ripoff of just a lady with a bullet in her head, thinking there's a terrorist.
It
on
doesn't.
board.
It doesn't matter at all because like that doesn't happen. She's just, oh yeah, I can't. I don't want to.
Nah. That's basically her responses.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, I guess she heard about the shooting. Yeah, before, we didn't see it, but like she's like, yeah, he's out there.
She's like, that's his
Well,
MO.
because actually,
what happens is
I guess we saw the homeless
the homeless
guy.
guy reports it back to the cops.
Yeah.
Shows them the seal tattoo.
Right.
Well, they
And-
describe it as a pregnant dog barking at or howling at the moon, and he's like,
You
"No, that's a
idiot."
seal. It's an Army Special Forces.
Yeah, that's
their
right.
Thing.
They get a fax of that image.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And
that's why
how she knows.
she's
that
angrily shooting at the shooting range and refuses to go get the surgery
he's
because
like, he's back.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
And I got to go to work.
And she's shooting at a picture of him
Mm-hmm.
taped to a,
And she's got a goofy like Desert Eagle with a laser sight on it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like multiple times throughout this movie, she's either she's shooting that thing both in current day and then a flashback of, I think it's a different like larger Desert Eagle without the laser scope when there's flashback scenes.
Yes.
But then it's like when it's time to go do business, she has a tiny gun.
Well, because she was wearing a tiny outfit
Sure.
and needed the security of holding it in place, so
Okay.
she had to carry the tiny gun.
Okay.
One of her 17 costume changes in this film.
Yeah. She does not dress like a for this she's like dressed in military workout clothes, not a uniform, but just like I'm shooting at the range.
Yeah.
But then she meets up with a detective guy who's just like investigating he's poking at a blood spot on the ground in the cemetery.
Yeah, he's gone to the cemetery to see if he can figure out if this homeless dude's telling the truth or not. Finds a blood spot, pokes at it with a piece of notebook paper, and then all of a sudden an Asian gang is there to menace him.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, I didn't know it was White Boy Day. Hey, take his gun. Oh, it's a cop. Let's kill the cop. And they just beat his ass and throw him into an empty grave.
It's not an entirely Asian game because there's the guy
That is true.
If you're watching the live stream,
there's Batman.
yeah, our replacement BJ is one of the members of this gang.
Yes. So they kick him into this open grave, and then they're all kind of standing around it like, yeah, that'll teach you to come to our graveyard. And then in the background, like a stuntman just goes flying, like they launched this man.
Well, there's a punch sound,
right?
and then all of a sudden the guy is flying through the air in slow motion.
And they're like, huh, what? And then she just walks in like, hey, boys.
And this begins the "Are you dressed for your job?" thing because
I at first thought she was wearing some sort of strange cummerbund.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
so what it is like she's wearing like traditional business slacks, like some they're heels, but they're like the cloggy kind, not like your sink, but like the fat ones, like not stilettos or anything like that. And but then she's wearing like a 90s like half shirt, so like
Yes, she's very proud of her midriff.
yeah, and then a jacket on top of that, and that's why it kind of like her midriff kind of looks like a cummerbund.
Yeah.
Until you go like, oh no, that's just a half shirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, what's this big beige belt you're wearing? Oh, no, that's your tummy.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But yeah, she walks in and they're like, hey, a lady. Haha, we're going to show you what
and
it's like
this-
to be a lady.
This begins one of her mild quality traits, which is just that she's like, I'm going to have to ask you to please, give the officer back his badge and gun.
She's RoboCop.
Yeah.
She's like, I will start this by saying.
And they're like, what the fuck? You with that?
Yeah.
Actually, they don't say anything. They're just like, that's the other weird thing. Is like for the first 20 minutes of this movie, it's acting like a PG movie, like where they're going out of their way not to swear.
Yeah.
Because they throw back some weird insult, except for threatening to do terrible things to her.
Mm-hmm.
But then she's like, I will say it one last time, please do it. And then they're like, not fuck you, but something like that. And then she just proceeds to kick, punch, and
Yep.
they're all down.
There's kicking and punching. And, okay.
James Lou's the only one that like survives beyond any
Right.
period of time.
So she can perform moves for the most part. There's a weird thing where it's like right before there's contact, they cut to someone else doing the move, like a stunt person.
Mm-hmm.
Like she can kick really high and do like, sweeps and stuff like that, but it's like right before there would be contact, it always cuts to someone else doing it. And it's strange. But
Not always, because there's some shots. There's some full body shots of her doing stuff. But
yeah, but it's just
yeah.
There's some movie magic going on here, and I'm not saying she's not skilled. I'm just saying they have done some work to enhance her skill set.
The problem is that whenever it's a full body shot where it's clearly her, it's slowed way down.
Yeah,
Like she's like, I don't want to hit you, so
yeah. There's a lot of that.
yeah. But when it's the stunt people, it's like it's full on spinny kicky and
Yeah.
people
Yeah,
flying.
kick them in the neck.
And I look, we say we go back and forth as far as like when's a good era of movies, and we've shit on like mid 90s to mid 2000s as far as like that's when you got all your stupid like fake slow mo and whip pans with whooshy noises.
Yeah.
But I will say, I fucking love this era's sound effects for getting hit.
Yeah.
Like they're really good. Like they're the really crunchy celery kind,
Yep.
And there's one in particular that's like my favorite one. It's like that one I think you hear before the Dark Forces scream, like that, and then just like not screaming.
Well, funnily enough, as we learned in the closing credits, this is a THX sound mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's one that's just, it's like, I think it was, it's in a scene later, but it's like, it's that really, like, good, like, whole, like, bundle of celery crack, you know.
There's a lot of good sound in this, and there's so much sound, like, a lot of times when dudes are getting wrecked, there's just a constant wave of, I'm in distress, and it starts to get hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially when one guy falls down some stairs later. But yeah, so she takes care of those guys and gets the guy out of the grave and out of the empty grave, and he's just like, "You did all this? What's happening? You're coming with me, lady." And then they just drive away, and you're like, "Wait, how did she get there?"
Well, and she asks him. She's like, "All right, I need to talk to the homeless guy.
Yeah,
you know, I'm investigating. I'm from military police or something like that."
Yeah. And this guy's so, like, it's a weird character arc for this detective dude because he's kind of a big, dumpy, like, you know, like
it's not a character arc at all. He's in on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, from the time we see this, like, because he's funny and kind of strangely personable, but also kind of creepy. It's like a whole weird mix with him because she says something like, "Well, if I need to talk to the homeless guy," and he's like, "Good luck. He took off after he got the money. Who knows where he went?" And she's like, "Well, take me to him. You know the streets." And he just does this like laugh. It's like, it's the strangest, like, okay.
It's like, yeah, I should have a line here, but I don't. But I have to fill the silence with something. Yeah, he's just It's like, what?
But he's kind of like, I thought he was going to be like her sidekick guy.
That's what I thought,
and then
too.
it's like, you know, then he's out of the movie for a long time, and then it's like, turns out he's the inside man for these shitheads. But anyway,
because like in this whole build-up, I was like, wait, she's gonna like romance this dude?
I didn't think that. I just thought it was like he was going to be the comedic sidekick guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, they drive to where the homeless dude is, and it's a crime scene because he's dead.
Yep. Well, yeah, meet Ernie. He's dead.
Yeah. And I think before that, we got an introduction to the Special Forces lair, which is just dude bro central with a gun wall.
Well, because they had the post-op thing where it's like, oh, that whatever, you know, druggie over here is fucking up again. He's got to fly straight, man.
Yeah.
He's like,
get your shit together.
Yeah. It's always the one wild card guy. It's just like, fuck, just kick him off the team.
Yeah,
Jesus.
like, why does every squad have a nut job? Just get rid of that guy. But yeah, it's just a bunch of dressing down by this guy. Just looks like a frat guy. Like, I don't buy that you're special forces or any of that shit. And he's got like a southern sidekick. Basically, it's just guy.
That's the crossbow guy.
Yeah,
that's the guy. Like, despite there being times that you probably shouldn't use a crossbow, he's still like, I can crossbow this.
He's dedicated to his crossbow. That's like his calling card, which is unfortunate when you're dealing with a world of evidence.
It's that man.
It's like, oh, there's an arrow in here. It must have been Jim.
No, it's that man. Bolt.
Oh, I guess. Yeah, that man.
Well, I'm just correcting. It's Bolt. It's Bolt from crossbows.
It's true. Yeah. So anyway, we met all them. And I think I described them as various forms of Walton Goggins, because that's kind of what they are. It's like you just take a bunch of Walton Goggins characters over the years and put them in this room, and it's all these dudes.
It's a Google of Goggins.
I mean, honestly, aside from the lady and the balding cop, like the characters in this, they could all. I have no idea. They could be interchangeable.
They could all be Walton Goggins. You could Eddie Murphy this whole movie by just her. You know, just like I'm every character.
I mean, you know, the team member who's on drugs has long hair, and the one dude has a southern accent. But there's 8 other dudes in the room who all look like the same guy.
Then there's Captain Mark McGrath. It's like, you know, that's it.
Yeah. Yes. So we've met them, and they go meet the dad from Wonder Years, and he's like, "Do the thing, and here's some money." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do the thing."
Well, no, hold on. Before that meeting, Southern guy shows up, and there's a weird, like, Southern guy hasn't fucked up, but the Captain Mark McGrath always treats him like he's fucked up. Basically, like he's blaming him for the fuck up guy. It's like
kind of, but he's also like, look at yourself, button your shirt. What's wrong with
Except
you?
he's walking around with his shirt wide open.
I know. They're both as dumpy.
All right, there was we skipped a scene because I actually there's some strange transitions in this that kind of work that are stupid.
Yeah.
Because she had one of her flare-ups with her bullet in her head thing, and then goes to see her current lover guy, who's a like a neurosurgeon.
Mm-hmm. Checks out.
And except he's not treating her for this. She goes in there, bones him, and then is like, "Oh, by the way, her pill bottle falls out," and then she's like, "Oh, by the way, could you refill that?" And he's like, "God damn it, you just used me for that." And
he's like, "You shouldn't even be driving on this,
Yeah.
let alone solving crimes."
but like, it's again, this movie is like going out of its way to feel sort of PG except for the violence, because like they've boned, nothing happens. It's like she's already like zipping up and everything to leave, and then it's like there's this cross cut over to the dude bro lair where there's a lady swimming, and he's got this like prism thing.
I don't know what the fuck that thing was.
It's this real weird thing, but he's like watching her get out of the water,
Yeah.
and it, like sort of like Phoebe Cates style, and it's like, and then I swear to God, his southern dude shows up and does the flip up sunglasses, like, what, lady?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, we were still doing this in the 90s? Like, that's such an 80s thing. But yeah,
Like the Farley Sandler beer
but-
commercial.
yeah, it really is. But yeah, so that lady leaves just like, hey, party tonight, cool. You see you there, hot stuff, bye. And then
And that's when
he starts the like,
Yeah.
look
Look at
yourself up. And this dude just walk around like Hawaiian shirt just wide open,
Yeah.
like check out my abs.
Yeah,
And it's like,
you're both the equal amount of shitty.
yeah,
like
you're equally disheveled.
yeah,
But
neither of you has any position to criticize the other.
But yes, they go inside. They meet with Mr. Arnold, and like he's like, "Yeah, do the thing. Kill the guy who's going to spill the beans on me." And
And they're like, "Righto,"
Mhm.
and then that's it for that guy.
yeah, no, he had to get
So the rest of the
sandwich
movie,
money.
the rest of the rest of the movie, they are just under the threat of if they don't do this, that guy will come get them. But that's it for that whole mob connection.
Yep.
It's just guy in charge is like, we got to do this. We got to take out the target.
Yeah. So after that, the wheel, this plan is in motion or whatever. She begins her actual investigation, and the first thing she does is she goes and sees another buddy from, I guess, maybe the same squad. I don't know, whatever thing they were in.
He was.
But this guy's in a wheelchair, and he's like,
He stepped on a landmine.
he did, and apparently for Colonel McGrath or whatever, and it's like, but yeah, he's like teaching people how to play handball, like homeless people how to play handball, which is weird.
It's weird because he acts like he's lucky to get this gig, and I'm like, what the fuck
Yeah.
gig has you teaching handball to homeless people?
Because I mean, and I say that only because like when he sees her walking up, he's like, all right, everyone hit the showers, and hey, Randall, don't steal the soap, and it's like.
Because you might want to stay clean at home, you cheap motherfucker.
I mean, not at home. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
but,
poor choice of words, but yeah.
It's like, yeah. What?
But yeah, she's just like, any chance you've seen any of them? And he does the typical like, you, damn it, why are you here? Anyway, yeah, I saw one of the people from the squad at this. Yeah, it was like one of the club where you can get things.
Yeah,
and he's like, I was just
Wink.
there, and he didn't see me, and I didn't say anything, but. Yeah. Anyway, it's like a super secret place. Here's a password. It's Fidelio to get inside. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. Okay.
She goes back to her hotel room and puts on some weird space cheerleader skirt
Yep. That checks out.
combo. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
It's like it's Space Channel 5.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
And she's just sitting at a desk doing some homework. And dude,
for her. Southern guy, crossbow guy, is like he's like lining up a shot with a crossbow.
Yes.
From the building across, and then suddenly her bullet thing takes over, and she's like, "Oh, my head!" and
Ouch.
ducks down just in time for it to go right past her and into the headboard.
Right. It's a pretty cool shot. I mean, it's all in slow motion, but it's well timed. It's pretty good. So there was another dude outside waiting to
Yeah,
get in.
she's like, "Well, I'm going to leave," and
Yeah.
then opens the door, and it's like, "Oh, hey, you!" And they start fighting because
Yeah.
again, it's someone else from whatever squad thing she was in.
Yeah, and crossbow guy again is just like, I'm committed to this. I'm just gonna line up my crossbow shot. And once again, she's just like, slight dodge, and bolt comes through and murders that guy.
Once again, her
She
bullet
passes
thing.
out.
Her bullet thing. She's like,
Yeah.
she's on the ground and is like, "Oh no!" and like falls down, and it just hits that guy.
And that guy acts like it's a huge inconvenience. He's just like, and pulls this thing out, and then comes at her like Jason with it, just like, I'm gonna fucking stab you with the remnant of this bolt that's in me.
And he goes out the window.
Yes, because the window has been shattered a bit by two different
Yeah,
crossbow
I'm
bolts.
going to allow it as a defenestration, A, because it's from more than just the first floor. Like, they're like 6 floors up, and there is some glass left.
Yes.
So he hits some glass and then
Yes.
into the street.
Plus, this movie, it's established now that that's going to be a theme. because people
Yeah.
are going to go through glass a lot in the
Yep.
rest of this movie.
I like it.
Yeah. So anyway, she goes back to Dr. Guy again.
Yeah, she escapes from them, and which Southern guy has to go back and be like, "Oh, I lost her," and the guy's just like, "Go out and find her." He's like, "Where?" And he just gives him this look. He's like, "Okay."
Well, I think this is when they get into the screaming match where they're both screaming at each other at the same time, and it's they're just both escalating, and nothing comes from it. They're just like, "Okay, you cool? All right, fine.
Yeah.
Go get her." And he's like, "Where?" And he's just like, "Go get her."
Also, Earl's dead. Whatever.
Yeah, remember that guy? He's
Sorry,
fucking dead.
Mm-hmm.
Bolt.
But yeah, so she's like, now she's already in her Space Channel 5 outfit, so she's going to go to the sex club in this attire because I guess it's appropriate. And
Yeah,
so she gets in, just hands this like torn notebook page. The guy's like, "Yeah, you're cool,"
yeah.
and then immediately meets up with this Paul Rubens looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
This I don't
It's-
know. This is my favorite scene in the movie.
it's kind of great, but like this
you
one,
almost wonder if like this guy just auditioned and they were like,
We gotta get you
holy
in there.
shit,
yeah.
this is wild, but we're putting it in the movie because why the fuck not?
So at first he shows up and he's like the not Anthony Edwards dude from Revenge of the Nerds movies, the one that stuck around. And
Robert Carradine?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And at first he's doing that, and it's just like at first, because he just comes right up to her, assuming she's working at this place, and she just plays along with it for some strange reason instead of just like, "Hey, fuck off." But I guess she needed some excuse to go upstairs where the fuck rooms were.
She did,
But-
you gotta get up to the fuck rooms.
But as soon as like he stops being Robert Carradine for a second, it's like he then becomes Louis Tully from Ghostbusters immediately, and he's just like, "Hey, and like we are gonna do a thing, and like I get the tractor pool tickets, and we meet up on Saturday. You want to do that?"
well,
That'd be
he is
great."
planning their wedding.
Yeah.
like he's just like, this is the greatest day of my life. How many kids do you want to have? And it's just like, who taught you the expectations of an LA strip club? Like, what on earth? Like, first of all, I don't know why you were even. How did you get in there? For starters, like if this is an exclusive thing, like
Is
how the
it-
fuck did you get in there?
I think it's just a speakeasy or something. I don't know.
She had to have a special pass.
I don't
to
know. It's
get in.
weird because there's a lot of like the dude clients have their shirts off. It's like this scene was written by someone who has never actually been to a strip club. They've just like heard about what happens at a strip club.
Yeah, but this is the line of demarcation because there was another insult. Oh, when she's having the back and forth with the guy in the wheelchair, she's like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do like this?" Or he's like, "When you see what's his face, Colonel McGrath, you tell him something for me. Suck on a wet doorknob."
Yeah, right.
And it's like, and at that point, I'm like, what are these insults to get around this? Like, there's obvious violence, and this is rated R. What the fuck? But the line, like, when she enters this super secret sex strip club thing, it's like, oh, there's tits, and everyone's saying fuck now. It's so weird. It's just like all of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're not making PG-13, so fuck it.
Yeah,
You
go
know.
go suck on a wet doorknob is maybe the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard someone tell another human being in an
Yeah.
R-rated movie.
Yeah. But she's like, yeah, cool, we'll get that message. But yeah, so she takes.
And she doesn't.
No, she never does.
She does. She has
doesn't.
chances later, and
Yeah.
she does not tell him.
Well, she
Hey,
she had serious like bullet in the head thing, at
Yeah.
that point. It
Yeah.
was-
but I mean, come on.
Serious bullet in the head
Yeah,
thing.
you got to be like, hey, Handicap Earl said, suck on a wet doorknob.
Suck it. Yeah. Yeah. But she's trying doors and like finding random people having sex, and
Yeah.
then there's a bouncer guy up there like, "Hey, can I help you?" And because she passed off the nerdy dude and like, just
Right.
go wait in the room or whatever.
There'd been another scene before this where Southern guy had to go collect cocaine guy
Oh yeah.
from
Yep.
his escort because this is the second time we see them together.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to get that guy, and that guy is just out of his mind on cocaine. And
to the point that like he comes out of the bedroom and she's got a stereo and some paintings and shit, and just goes, he's like, "Fucking pay you later" or something like that.
Yeah.
And just knocks all her shit over, and then I don't know. It's
that
just,
dude drags him out the hallway. He's just like, "Are you cool?" And he's just pouring cocaine on his hand to do, and the guy slaps his hand away. He's like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
like shit is going down. Like one of our people is dead. This is not the time to be doing cocaine. And eventually he's like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah. So we've established
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy is a crazy cokehead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But I guess his prostitute of choice also works at this place because he's in the room with her again
Right.
at this place,
And
which
she's-
is weird. If you have a home connection,
Yeah.
why go to the super secret sex club
I don't
place?
know.
I don't know. You
Wherever
like,
she is.
you like community stained things? I mean, just like, I don't know.
Could be.
It's weird, but
But it seems like she has knocked him unconscious and is now stealing his money.
I think it's more that he took some more
Coked
cocaine
himself
yeah.
out.
because but first she has an altercation with the bouncer because she's like, "Oh, where's the ladies' room?" And he's like, "Oh, it's downstairs." And she's just like, "No, it's not." Kick, and like knocks that guy out. And then encounters this the prostitute with him who's taking his wallet. She's like, "I'll have that wallet now." And she's like, "The fuck? Do you want to go a couple rounds?" And I like this comeback. She pulls. This is when she finally reveals her tinier gun and goes like, "Yeah, I'll go a couple rounds. First one in the leg, and then one in the arm, and then you just give me the fucking wallet."
She's like,
"Okay, yeah,
yeah."
So she takes something out of the wallet. I don't even know what
it's the plans.
Is it? Okay.
It's like the
that's right. There was this was the explosions guy.
Yeah, and also it has the literal address of the police station on it.
The explosions guy. Demolition. He's the demolition
He's
guy.
the explosions guy. You're in charge of explosions.
Okay.
Go do the explosions.
Boom. I like boom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this guy comes to and then just gets like re-knocked out. They have like he gets her gun for a second and then it's just like he's like, "Hey, I ran into so and so." He's like, "Oh yeah, how was he?" And the kick takes the gun and like because this guy's a fucking idiot and gets his ass kicked again. So
yep.
But we get like one final scene of like the Robert Carradine, Pee Wee Herman dude come out in like purple, banana hammock, and it's just like, "Hey, are we still gonna go to the tractor pool?"
She's like, "No, idiot."
Yeah. He's also wearing cowboy boots.
The cocaine guy went down the stairs, like face first down the stairs.
Yes.
And his final line is like, he's like, "We're still going to the tractor pool? Oh, that looks like that hurt."
Yes. This is the first instance of someone going down the stairs and just muttering all the way down. And then they dub in this good like crunch. And you're like, "Oh, that man died."
Yeah.
He did. Which is true.
Yes, it is.
This character is now dead.
No, he's not in the movie anymore.
No.
Apparently he enacted his plan, though, or something, because...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whatever demolitions he was going to do still gets done. She goes back to her doctor friend at this point.
Is that when he finally breaks up with her?
No, she went back to him because there was a shotgun at some point.
She went back. She went back one time before that.
Did she?
Yeah, because the shotgunning happens.
That's when he breaks up with her because like she gets a piece of like buckshot in her and is like, "I'm fine. Is it any vital things?" He's like, "Oh, you a doctor?" Yeah.
No, she went back once before she got shot. She showed up at his house, and he was like, "Look, I don't understand. You can't. What are you doing? Like, what is this all about?" And she kind of gives some details. This might.
I think she shows up at Colonel McGrath's house. Like they have a confrontation long before the end. Like he was there.
But I think she went to the doctor first and then said, "I got to go take care of this," and then she goes to that dude's house because she immediately comes back to the doctor after she's been shot.
Yeah, because it's at his house that he gets shot by the southern dude who's now wielding a shotgun. And finally learned that maybe crossbows are too slow.
For two groups who don't know about each other's presence and have been seemingly hunting each other down, they both seem to be very much in public spaces at all times and should not be hard to find.
Yeah.
She finds him several times throughout this film with relative ease, has the drop on him, can end her personal vendetta and stop all this, but something always happens.
Well, she drags it out. Like she comes to the door, she's got him dead to rights at gunpoint, and is like doing this whole thing like, "Step into the light. I want to see your eyes when I murder you."
Right.
And before I shoot both of them out.
Yeah. And then, the lady from earlier, the Phoebe Cates swimming pool lady, comes out and is like, "What's going on? Oh my God!" and screams, and they
start punching and kicking. Yeah. And that's when Southern guy comes in later after they've been fighting for a little bit and is just like, luckily carrying a shotgun because he's just like, and shotguns the entire house. To which, now she defenestrated, kicked him through a window.
Colonel McGrath.
Yes.
Yeah. So that dude's been knocked out, but that's when shotgun guy comes in, and he luckily puts some shots into another glass window that
Also
she
through
then
her.
that she just Supermans through and gets away that way. But then she cut to her showing up at the doctor's house like, "I've been shot." Just her entire side is covered in blood.
Yep. But he patches her up and is like, "You're done. In the morning when you rest, you're done. We're done."
Yes.
Yeah, because isn't it basically she explains the whole backstory to him, and that's why he kind of breaks up with her?
Yeah, sort of like, "Hey, you have this blood debt thing on you, and you've never told me in the entire time we've been together, so..."
and I'm like, a doctor. Yeah. My purpose in life is to save lives, and your whole purpose in life is to murder someone.
Yeah.
That we're kind of polar opposites here. So thanks for the sex, but don't come back. So she has
a vendetta, not a blood debt. Blood debt's like you owe somebody.
Right. This is just a vendetta.
Yeah.
So she's got a bullet fragment in her brain and a shotgun wound in her stomach, and neither of these things, I mean, the bullet thing keeps coming back, but like the shotgun blast to her stomach doesn't bother her at all.
It didn't hit anything vital, Chuck.
No.
It
She
hit
said
her. She
Eh.
should at least have a problem sitting down the next day.
Nah, she just put some Bactine on it. She's
Yeah,
fine.
just rub some dirt on
Yeah.
it. Just put some butter on that.
Windex. All the things.
Yeah. So anyway, he's just like, she gets up the next day, perfectly fine, and he's like, I made you some breakfast. Get the fuck out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh.
Yep.
And-
And then she contemplates it for a while looking over files of all these dudes.
Right.
And then writes a little note that says, I am turning myself in.
Well, yeah, like at this, like somewhere in the conversation, it's like, you're a fugitive, right? And she's like, I guess, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And then, yeah, at some point, it's like,
Because like you threw that dude out a window and then you murdered that man at the nightclub. The police want you. They know it's you.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, I'm turning myself in. Love you lots. Bye bye.
Yes.
Yes.
Hugs
Lots
and
of love. LOL.
Stay sweet. Yeah.
But yeah, she just goes to the police station and turns herself in, and we finally get back to our dumpy detective dude, who's like, "Hey, like,
the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
You're under arrest. Get in there.
yeah, I'm gonna
Sit down."
I'm gonna find all kinds of things to book you with. Just shit, sit down.
And she's acting like,
Oh, how
give
dare
me some
you.
professional courtesy here. And he's like, you're fucking under arrest, lady. Sit the fuck
Yeah,
down.
you've murdered 2 people and you stole some top secret document files. So yeah, I find a number of things to arrest you on. Get in this interrogation room.
I do like that he's asking her questions and she keeps saying, I don't know, or I'm not going to tell you. And then she asks him something as he's getting up to leave the room. And he just says, to quote you, I don't know. And
Yeah.
then just turns around
Wow.
and leaves.
Yeah.
He did have a moment where he was talking to the nerdy guy from the strip club, and the nerdy guy's giving him shit, like, because the cop's like, well, you better. He's like, how am I going to get home? And he's like, well, just walk outside in those panties you're wearing. You should get a ride in no time. And he's like, why don't you try to grow some hair?
Yeah.
And he's just like, get the fuck out
I
of here.
took that as a personal insult.
She also had a pretty good fucking dumb line earlier when she saves him in the graveyard. Like, not only did they beat him up, I don't know if we said they kicked him into an open grave.
Oh, yeah.
The open grave that was a cover for groundhog.
The groundhog.
Yeah. And so he's laying there and she just walks over and is like, I told you not to get buried in your work.
Yeah. It's like, you don't even know
Yeah.
him. You don't get to do a one-liner to him. Because he's just like, wait, what? Who are you? Yeah, so this is the assault's going to happen here. I mean,
Yeah,
this-
pretty much.
we've
She's locked
just-
in the cage and he's gone out and it's like he's called them like, hey, she's here and the guy you need. We haven't even mentioned, but they keep cutting to the informant dude who's in a cell.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know if they're FBI or detectives or whatever, but they're there and a video camera and they're just supposed to record him spilling the beans. But
He's also translating some wiretaps and stuff that they've done.
yeah,
It's just,
but I mean, he gets all kinds of screen time for a guy that we never even really understand who he is or what his purpose is, other than he's the MacGuffin target
he's
guy.
the target, and guess what? He gets targeted to death.
Yeah.
There's literally no purpose.
They
to
bring
this
him
man.
in breakfast. He's like, "Oh, pancakes and sausage, no garlic in this." It's like, what monster puts garlic in either of those things?
It's like, what is this trash? Sausage. Eating the sausage.
I don't know. Just those are not 2 things that need garlic. Is
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Eggs maybe, but
Eggs.
but anyway. But yeah, he has a one-on-one conversation with Dan Loria, who's through the video camera, is just like, "Hey, yo, you know how you killed my whole family? Well, guess what? Fuck you. I'm going to tell everything about you, and then some." So,
Oh, well, I eat this shit food. You
Yeah.
see me chewing it? Yum, yum.
Yeah. But yeah, we cut back to him more than I think this movie needs. Of just
Yeah.
oh, I'm still in here, and
Well, for them not establishing who the fuck he's talking about, they do cut back to him more times than
Yeah.
they should.
But yeah, it's we see our dumpy detective guy who's they're because they keep making a call oh, I got this on the inside. So this is who they've been calling, and he's just like, yeah, she's here, the person you've been looking for. Also it's all set. Let me get the fuck out of the way. He goes up to their van as they've all loaded up, ready for this assault.
They do this half swerve, which I was about to give the movie credit for, which was the detective guy at one point asks where the captain is, and someone says, "Oh, he stepped out. He'll be back in 10 minutes." And I'm like, "Oh, it's that guy." The guy we met in the first scene. I was like, oh, okay, he stepped out. He's in on it. Because this guy never tipped his hand that he was the bad
not
guy
at
and
all.
was
Yeah.
around her so much that it should have been super easy for those dudes to find her. It just didn't seem like it would be him. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, he just walks right up to the van and is just like, all right, guys, she's in there. You just go to it.
Yeah,
and
there's been plenty of opportunities for him to make a call and be like, we're going to you know where you left that body of the homeless guy?
Yeah.
I'm taking her there.
Yeah.
So when I step away, you have at murdering
yeah,
her.
just to have at it.
Yeah.
But he's just like, after this, I'm out. And they're like, yeah, you're out. Blam.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he's dead. He takes one center mass. So
Yep.
But yeah, all right, so the way they start this assault is apparently our cocaine fiend, who the demolitions expert. Oh my God, they're all right. So the first one, like, we just cut to a bus, like a city bus is full of passengers, and there are people loading. And I gotta say, for this kind of movie, there is an exquisite cut of a guy getting on a bus
yeah.
to this bus just goes boom
Yeah.
and just ignites.
Yeah.
is a-
This is a speed like explosion
Yeah.
of a bus. It is.
And there's no tip. Like, it's not like you see any, like, hidden C4 or something under the bus. It's just like, why are we seeing this bus? Oh!
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And then they
But
blow
it is a damn fine cut.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a second and you're like, wait, did that just actually happen? Because,
Yeah.
like, you see, like, I mean, it's literally like guys stepping onto the bus, cut to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really well done. And then they blow up a Pontiac Fiero for some reason.
Sure. They
Right.
just blow up several cars around
Yeah.
to get all the cops to go, hey,
And the cops
what?
are like, "What?" And then dude just runs out of this van with a rocket launcher and just fires it at the front door of this police station.
Because they're all running to the front door
Yeah.
to, like, what the fuck's going on? And, yeah, he shoots that.
and they yoink those dudes way back from
Oh,
the
yeah.
police station.
But prior to this, she's been banging on the door like, "Hey, I need to see Detective whatever his name is and Detective Dumpy," and they're like, "Sit down, lady. He's not in the we're
There's
not gonna
one dude who's responding to her, and he's just like, "He's not in here, lady.
Yeah.
You can see that."
just sit down." He'll
And
be
she's
back."
like, "We'll do something," and the guy's just like, "Whatever."
"Yeah,
Maybe you haven't realized you're a prisoner. You
yeah."
dumbass.
We often acquiesce to the people inside the interrogation rooms that are locked.
yeah,
there.
sure. I'll get right on
Yeah.
that. Anyway, back to my clipboard.
Yep.
You dumb broad.
Yeah, when you're behind a locked door at a police station, you don't get to make demands.
No.
Typically speaking. Yeah.
But yeah, she's
But as soon as this happens, she's like, "Let me out!
Yeah.
Things are happening."
and they're all running around like, no time for that. There's just chaos happening, and then it's just those dudes dressed as cops coming through and basically grenading and murdering everybody.
And I don't know. Did she just finally like, fuck it? I'm going to jump through the window or break the door down or something?
Southern guy comes in firing his machine gun like a maniac at the.
And yeehawing the whole time. Too.
Yes, she has obviously ducked down, but he, of course, is shooting at the glass because that's how these movies go. If someone ducks down to avoid getting shot, no one ever aims the gun down. So anyway, he shoots the glass a bunch of times, and this seemed like it was going to be more clever than it was because they super slow-mo this, where she is listening to him remove the magazine from the rifle. And it's like, oh, she's gonna know because she's special forces that she has this amount of time to do something rad and kill him. But all she does really is use that time to defenestrate out one of the windows that's filled with bullets
And rolls behind a desk.
and just rolls behind a desk. And he just starts madly firing again until she finally just, is able to. Her gun was in her bag, which was on Dumpy Guy's desk, and she's able to get to that.
I think, now she's finally upgraded to her big Desert Eagle
Yes.
thing.
Right.
Like every other time it's been this little, like, concealable
yeah,
gun.
she's got her murder weapon
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And she shoots him in the chest.
Oh, she shoots him in the shoulder, really. And
Does she?
And he's like, finish the job. And
Yeah.
she's like, I'm not whatever bad guy's name
Yeah,
is.
be glad I'm not like
Yeah.
Colonel
Captain
McGrath.
Douche.
And so, and he's just like, well, all right, if you're going to turn your back on me, I guess I'm going to shoot you. And then she can hear this because she has brain orphan vision and turns around and shoots him and just says something like, maybe I'm not better than him, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Now, some of them are, like, some of the soldier mercenary dudes are wearing cop uniforms because, like, Colonel McGrath is, like, at some point, like, like, cops run out and he's like, "Go, I got this!"
Yeah.
And then, like, grenades a car behind them or something like that. And then,
that's during the escape, but
Is it?
he's
Okay.
he's doing that throughout the precinct too.
Right.
He's like, just
Yeah,
like
and as soon as the cop turns her back, he
Yeah.
just shoots him.
Right.
I just love there's one where I think it's one of the two guys that was watching the Italian dude down in the basement or whatever comes running up the stairs and he's like, "Gotta go, man, shit's going real." And like this guy just like, "Okay," and like goes running past him and then he shoots this guy in the back And then that guy, like, we were talking about people falling down the stairs and grunting. This guy, like, gets shot in the back and then is like, oh, ow, all the way down the stairs.
All the way down.
It's
like he's also drowning.
it's so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, all the cops inside are getting murdered. Main guy had the other FBI or no, the target, the guy, the mob guy, has hit the other cop with a fucking folding chair. He's just like, if you're not going to do anything, I'm getting the hell out of here.
I do believe that's a steel chair, Chuck.
Right.
When you knock someone out with it, it's steel.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he does knock that guy out. Gets out. Guy's just hiding behind a pillar, basically, and that guy, he's just like, hey, don't worry, everything's okay, I'm a cop. And then just lights up that guy. Like, that guy's fucking dead.
Oh, yeah. It's like literally no big deal to kill the target.
And so, excessive force lady is now there, and she's like, all right, I got my gun, and I got you, and you're dead to rights, and time to murder you. And then it's just like, ow, my brain injury. Ow, everything's weird and shaky. And it's also at that time that the cop who's been hit with the chair wakes up and runs out and kind of tackles her.
Yeah, as she's about to shoot him.
Yeah. And she's like, no. And then, of course, that guy takes a bullet to the back.
Yeah, that guy
he's
gets
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, he takes the bullets that were intended for her.
Right.
You know.
So, dude goes running out, and that's when he grenades one of the police cars.
Okay.
Because he's like, back up, get in there. That's where the thing is. And then he's like, tee, and then throws a grenade under one of their squad cars.
He's also hucked a grenade. She was like hiding in a stairwell at some point.
Oh, right.
He hucked a grenade at her, and instead of like going and doing what she should have, because it's like one of those split staircases.
Yep.
Like she should have like kicked it down, like take your chances, pick it up, throw it like down the stairs. But no, she like runs up the stairs,
which is where the blast is going to go.
Exactly. Yeah, and has to like get even more disoriented by her bullet brain thing.
Yeah. Because it happens again. She's about to walk outside when he tosses the grenade under the car, and then she has to avoid that grenade explosion.
Yep.
He just steals a police car, and then she steals a police car.
Yep.
And it's a police car chase.
Into like there's nothing particularly spectacular about the chase. I don't think
They're stunting around a little bit, but then
but out of nowhere, there's just like this red like shitbox car just comes out with an old guy like. He looks like Uncle Sal from Seinfeld, basically.
Yeah.
It's just like he actually does like this, like no, like as this police car is barreling on him, and then it just kind of goes tap, and you're like, well, that was anticlimactic because it's like a slow motion everything.
Yeah, it's like that guy was going real fast. Like he should have torn that car in half, but it's just like tink.
Yeah, and you're like, well, that's weird. But then she rams into the back of him and just launches,
stunt launches, barrel rolls out of it, just explodes.
Yeah.
And
like they put a scoop on the back of the police car and it just like whoo.
Yeah. And it's weird, like you hear like gang members in the background like, oh shit, check this shit out. Oh, the cops are this is a shame. And so they're both like injured and staggering. He goes over and is trying to run down this like embankment and falls down it, just tumbles down this thing. And then she's pursuing him. And of course, at the top of the hill, her brain injury kicks in again, so she also falls down the hill. And they just kind of land right in front of each other.
Oh, it's so good.
It's just so dumb.
It's so good.
And he's basically like, well, fancy meeting you here. And then it's like, click. He's like, ah, shit, my Uzi's out of bullets. Well, hang tight, I'm going to reload. And she's just kind of like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, well, let's get this over with. And she shoots him like 5 times.
Yes.
Misses all of them.
Yep.
And she's like, how does she put it?
Something like,
I want to see you suffer in hell or something like that.
I want you to live.
I want you to live in hell.
In hell. And then he's like, whatever, and gets up and runs off.
Yeah.
And they just run into
But then she immediately chases him and starts like, getting in another kick fight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense.
No.
At all?
That didn't make any sense. She had the drop on him. She fired 5 shots at him, purposely missed all 5.
At least shoot him in the knee or something.
Yeah.
Backing up just a few minutes prior, there is one cop, like most of the cops have been like immediately murdered in the first wave of the blast in the precinct.
Oh, yeah.
Except there's one guy, like when he is madly oozing everything in sight.
Yep.
Like at her and all the other cops. One guy runs around the corner and does the freeze. And it's like, motherfucker.
As he's lighting up the police station with bullets.
Pro tip, cop, you don't have to yell freeze to a guy that is opening fire.
No.
That there is no Miranda rights needed there. You can shoot them.
Yeah, that's a
just like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, police procedure not exactly followed
No.
to the letter of the
No,
law in this
no.
film. So
Anyway.
they are both in this tunnel, and I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, is this a trap for like the dude in the wheelchair? Like, were they secretly waiting in this tunnel, and like the homeless handball people are going to murder this guy to death in
Yeah.
some ridiculous
Yes.
ceremony?
They all like smack hand grenades at him. Like,
Something. I was like, this seems excessively dumb, dumb on dumb. So yeah, I didn't understand this at all. And then they get into another kind of kick fight, and she kicks the gun out of his hand, to which he just goes, "Fuck," which is just the best.
It is a good fuck.
But then she's just like, "Yeah, no, time to shoot you," and then just splatters his brains all over the wall of this tunnel, which is a fucking amazing sound effect.
yeah, it's a real good cantaloupe sound.
But it's like, what was that 5 feet earlier? Like, what the fuck was that? It was like
Yeah.
the one time your brain didn't fritz out on you and you had the drop on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she splatters his brains. He goes slow motion down. We didn't even mention that he like was like yelling at the lady from earlier, "Don't touch my hair!"
Oh, right.
and stuff. But like so there's blood sprouting all in his hair, and it's like, "Oh no, my
Yeah.
frosted tips."
Yeah.
But then she's just like, "Oh no, my brain," and also just collapses. And then it kind of like cuts from that to
Well, it does the thing where it starts on her face and slowly pans out like
Right.
she's ascending to heaven.
right.
but then it's just cut to her in a hospital bed.
Yeah, bandages wrapped around her head, and the doctor guy who dumped her earlier is like, "How you feeling?" And she's like, "Dead." She's like, "Well, I'll pass."
Yeah.
Walk it off.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
And so are we going to be a thing? And she's like, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, she's like, "Well, I got to go back to Camp Ord."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he says I don't date felons.
Right. So I got to go back to Camp Ord. He's like, "Oh, I see how it is." And she's like, "To resign my commission,
And he's like, oh.
I want to play doctor with you."
Yep. And then
she actually says that.
She does.
I wish I was
That's-
making that up, but that's what she says.
Yeah.
That's the final line of the movie, because after she says that, the camera just pans over to the window, and then that's it.
Maybe not exactly. I want to play doctor with you, but I was thinking about playing doctor.
Yeah. She says I've played soldier for long
Yeah.
enough. Maybe it's time to play doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
We out.
Excessive force 2.
Right.
Force on force.
Force on force.
I want to note
Yeah.
there might be an ensign award in this one.
For the cocaine guy?
No, the second in command.
Yeah.
There's a scene middle of the movie that we
Yeah.
kind of didn't talk about where he loses his shit.
It's when they're both yelling at each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the mob is like, all right, here's what you got to do. And they wanted proof, obviously. You know, they were like, well, we want proof. We want his hand.
Yep.
Bring his, so we can check his fingerprints.
Right, right.
And he's like, there's no way we can do it, man. They're going to fucking kill us. We got to leave town.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah.
that's-
And
yeah.
head douche has to threaten his life to make him.
Yes.
Well, doesn't he do like the grab him by the head and he's like, "Are you with me, soldier?" Like, he
Oh,
gives,
yeah.
he gives
Yeah.
this whole speech about like, "Of course you're afraid. Fear is like just to let you know you're alive. It's how you deal with that fear that makes you a man."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that sort of shit. But
Yep.
yes. I am of the opinion that an ensign award can be awarded to that guy.
Yeah.
Southern Rando henchman number 1.
Mm-hmm.
It has been noted in the official scrolls.
Southern Rambo because he has a crossbow.
True.
Yes. So.
He
ratings.
prefers the stupid weapon when there's better
Yeah.
ones available.
Of course,
Just
yeah.
like Rambo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until Grandpa. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
man.
Well, it's better than Excessive Force the first.
It is. I can vouch for that.
Yeah. I'm trying to decide.
I cannot not having seen it.
Yeah.
Trust us.
Okay. I will.
Okay, good.
Where you going?
Oh, I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay, I'll just.
Yeah,
I'll-
go
I'll-
ahead.
yeah.
I'll go and go. When this movie ended, I was like, that's probably a 2 jocks movie. I think talking it through, I think I can give it a single jocks because there's good stuff here, but there's a lot of padding. And I want to say every scene between her and the doctor is just mind-numbingly terrible.
Oh, yeah.
It is just the most like, I don't need to be here for this.
It feels like scenes that were kept if this were like this feels like it started as a Skinemax movie.
Like
And
they
it
should have
feels like
fucked
those-
on camera a
Yeah,
lot.
and those are the scenes that
Yeah.
would have been there
Yeah.
if it had stayed that.
Yeah.
But then it didn't.
Right.
But those scenes still exist, like a vestigial tale or something.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Yeah.
like that guy. Now, not even just with her. There's a scene when we were first introduced to him that's equally jarring because like she's just had another one of her brain things, and then it cuts to like he's in a doctor's outfit sitting with other doctors, and they've got X-rays and shit behind him, and he's like, "Well, do this," and then he's like, all right, meeting dismissed. Oh, by the way, Dr. Janice or whatever. Next time a male patient drops his drawers and is well endowed, try not to say like, "Oh my," or something like that. And it's like everything about it is just like, dude, like,
there's a lot of gateways to this movie should have a lot of sex in it, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
he just everything he delivers feels like
Yeah.
a letters to Penthouse bullshit thing.
Yeah, it's weird, but man, it's. I think that the police station carnage at the end is pretty good. It's not Maniac Cop 2 good, but it's. I mean, that bus explosion is notable.
Yeah.
And I think that there's enough along the way that you can kind of have a goofy time with it. The goofy guy in the strip club and just the weird brain trip injury that she keeps going into whenever the most important thing is about to happen is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to mock people with brain injuries, but this is a fictional thing and it's dumb and it's just like every time she's about to do the
it
thing.
only acts up when it's convenient for the plot.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of hilarious. So I think there's enough here to give it a mild recommendation, but it's I am not going to think back fondly on it. I can say that. It's just like, oh, that movie had this and that other thing.
Yeah.
See, I'm strange because I'm actually torn between a 2 and a 3 jocks.
Okay.
I think
Wow.
I'm going with a 2.
All right.
And only because like the more I think about like the whole doctor subplot and just Colonel Douchey McGrath and everything, it's like I didn't enjoy when they were on screen really, but like the incidental stuff was really good, and that when the Terminator siege on the police station happens, that's like out of fucking nowhere and it's great. Like that movie just goes to a whole other level for about 5-10 minutes. And it's just like it starts with that bus explosion where you're just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, did they actually just blow up some people? Like, between the fantastic cut and just it coming out of nowhere, it's like that whole section is great.
I mean, no matter what, they blew up a city bus.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah. I think
That's pretty good.
like there's a lot to like, and like the weird Paul Rubens dude and all that. It's like there's little things in this that are weird, but it's such a disjointed ride, like I said, where there's that line of demarcation of like, were you making a weird PG-13 violent thing? Like, I don't know what you're doing. All of a sudden, it's just like, here's tits, and people are saying, fuck now, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's strange, but it's also strangely enjoyable for a lot of it.
A better movie is trying to force
Yes.
its way out of this. If you see what I did there, but
I do.
I do see.
But that's what I feel like is happening. It feels like there are two opposing directions happening here. It's like someone's trying to make a very standard movie, and someone else is like, what if we just did this goofy thing?
Yeah, I think I can only go one jocks, and that's mostly for the explosions and the whole precinct sequence. But yeah, otherwise it's just kind of like, it's just kind of there.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to set this apart to be like, yeah, man, fuck yeah.
It's taking up time.
Mm-hmm.
It filled up enough time to make it onto VHS and to go to video stores.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
just-
it feels like all that video store filler that, we have to sift through to find all the stuff that we're like, yes, this feels like one of those things to me. And it's just kind of like, there's nothing that's going to set it apart. There's nothing that's going to make it memorable.
No. I was hoping she was going to be more of a badass than she was. I was hoping for like a, holy shit, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. This just makes me further question. We've had the conversation about Cynthia Rothrock. Like, obviously, she has all the martial arts stuff, and you think like, oh, well, we're gonna hire this person who doesn't really have those, obviously, because they can act better, or they're gonna get naked, or something that Cynthia Rothrock isn't gonna do.
Right.
She doesn't do either of those.
I know.
And it's like, this is the kind of vehicle you should put Cynthia Rothrock in.
I thought about that literally the whole time.
Like, it's like, if nudity is not required and she's not a particularly great actress, you get an action lady.
Yeah.
Like, it's a strange thing,
Yeah.
But maybe they were just like, we don't have Cynthia Rothrock money. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I guess I still tend to have the highest average on the excessive forces now.
You do, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressively, you are a fan of excessive forcing.
This movie is occasionally surprising.
Yeah. Yes. And occasionally
Sure.
disappointing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't have a second half.
yeah,
We're skipping it.
we've been bad. We have not been watching. Well, I've been watching like TV stuff and Good Omens and Deadwood, but you don't care.
Did you finish Good Omens?
No, like Good Omens is rubbing me the wrong way. Despite I proclaim I love David Tennant. I like Michael Sheen. I thought John Hamm was going to be more in it, but he's just like the American gateway. Like, hey, there's an American in this. It's like, it's okay, guys. It's not super British, but it's super British, and it's just the faux Douglas Adams stuff is bugging me. Like, it's like we're trying so hard to do a Douglas Adams thing, and it's like, are you though? Like. I don't know. I haven't abandoned it. It's only 6 episodes, and I'm already 2 into it. It's like I might as well watch the other 4 just to see how it plays out. But I was 2 episodes in, and I was like, Deadwood's looming. I really want to watch that right now. And I lied. I have one other thing. And this will be a super truncated first half, second half thing.
Sure.
Only because you talked about it last week. I watched Lego Movie Part 2.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And that movie's great.
Yes.
I don't sleep on that movie because it's like. It's such a weird thing that I think people just had Lego fatigue and were like, well, did we need another one? No, you didn't need it, but it's good. And like, yeah, the songs are catchy. I mean, there's literally a song about being catchy.
Sure is.
But yeah, it is. I hate to admit it. And
yeah,
yes, Chuck and I confirmed it. The same thing that he guffawed at, I did it too. It is a great line.
There is one line that is just like, oh my God, that is the best.
Yep.
Yep.
But yeah, it's very worth watching. And yeah, you were absolutely right. Like the real world stuff is far more poignant than the first one.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, it's definitely worth watching.
Yeah. That movie came out like mid-February. Like, what on earth?
Yeah.
No one's seeing movies in mid-February. Everyone's snowed in.
Yeah. Anyway,
I guess.
I don't know. If they'd held that to the summer, like especially now when no one is going to see all the movies that are coming out, because we're in some weird drought of, oh, wait, that movie I wanted to see is actually bad, so no, I won't go. It would have cleaned up this summer, I think. So
Yeah. Just the stories about Men in Black International are fucking crazy.
those production stories came out quick.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as that movie didn't make a lot of money, they were like, wow, wait till you hear this story.
Yeah.
Like, someone was like, let's leak this shit.
I haven't been keeping up.
It's a lot of backstabbing
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, and apparently, like, people are saying that Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson hired their own script writers to write their lines in the movie
yeah.
over whatever was in the script.
Okay.
So, yeah, like, I don't know. Now I'm really curious about it.
There's no animosity between the two of them, right? Because they've worked them together.
Oh,
many
yeah,
times.
no, it wasn't that. It was
Okay,
just like
yeah, just-
apparently there was animosity from them towards everyone else making the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's like, this sucks, I'm bringing in my own writer. And it's like, yeah, this sucks, I'm bringing in my own writer. Like, the producer went rogue. I mean, it's just all kinds of...
Yeah.
It's yeah, there's going to be books written about the Men in Black series. I know the guy who wrote the first one is out there on Twitter saying, wow, I got another financial statement saying they still haven't made a dime on the original Men in Black and they can't give me any residuals on it.
Really?
Yeah. They're saying it's still in the red.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hollywood
It's
sucks.
that Hollywood bullshit, all right.
Hollywood sucks.
He's like, you got to admire them making 4 of these art house movies, not making any money.
Well, the third one I can see because they spent like some ridiculous, like $250 million making that movie, and like I saw it in the theater and nobody else.
Yeah.
I like the third one.
I like the third one
yeah.
too. Like that whole scene about the Mets is like one of like just this amazing scene
Yeah.
in this movie of just kind of forget.
Yeah, Men in Black 3 is fine, but you just look at it and go, why did you make this? No one was... After 2, no one wanted any more of this. You made a 60-minute movie. What were you doing?
Yeah, two. Like I still don't know what the fuck happened with two. If they were just in that big a hurry to just get something shat out
I don't
or
know.
what.
I
but-
think that was another writer strike thing of they had a script locked, and it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't finish it, but who needs a second act?
Yeah, because 2 starts out okay, and then it's just like, nope, forget about it.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
but
was
no,
the Laura Flynn Boyle one.
Yeah. I totally forgot that I watched that too. So I did see a movie,
Okay.
but
Anyway, there's our
Well,
second half.
I'll have to watch it soon enough.
What? Men in Black 4?
No.
Lego too.
Lego too?
Lego movie 2.
And yeah, it's as he said. This one goes like it's a kind of a musical, but like totally not in a bad way. Like every song is funny and good because they're all written by John LaJoie, the Taco from the League, and,
Yes.
and all the funny songs on the internet.
Right. All of them.
Well, I mean,
All the ones that aren't labeled Weird Al.
yeah. He was an early YouTube funny guy.
Yes.
And then they were like, "Hey, you want to be in this show?" And he's like, "Sure."
Yeah, there's only like 2 or 3 songs, really. So,
But they go kind of all out with like crazy sequences and stuff.
yeah. But they're smart. Like, that's just, it's a smart movie.
Yep.
So anyway. Note. We have been touting the buttons on our BMFcast website for weeks and weeks and weeks, and at some point, those buttons were not there. I just happened to scroll down far enough the other day, and I was just like, where are the buttons? And then went into the code and was like, where's the code? So those have been rebuilt. They should work now, and there should also be a link to our merch where you can buy our T-shirts. So I don't know what happened there.
Well, WordPress.
But it should be working now. So if for
Good.
like the last few weeks you've wanted to write in and say there's no fucking buttons, but because there was no button you couldn't write in, now you can. But the buttons are there, so don't just save it.
We're also doing a mild site redesign. It's kind of basic ass right now, but it's functional. That's what we were going for.
Yeah.
Because we know most people don't go to the website except to click the buttons.
Yeah, just go and click the buttons. You don't care
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
Just as long as the buttons are where you think they are. And they're there now, so so that's good. But anyway, yeah, BMFcast.com has literally all the information you could ever need in order to get in contact with us or give us money.
Yeah. So stop pooping. And go click those buttons.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we have good times here.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's it, right? Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Shall we?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's.
I'm Harlow,
I'm Mackie.
I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. We should just do that in harmony.
And this is BMFcast out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I didn't change in all quarters yet, have I?
No quarters is what you changed.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I did it backwards? All right,
Yeah.
fine. So I lied. I
Yeah.
lied.
You know what? Nobody's going to the website anyway.
I'll just go throw the basic template on there, too.
No one listens to the not second half.
I'll just go throw the basic template on there, and we need to do that.
So
I'm
what
actually right. So I'm pretty sure that like our theme is not.
Our theme's broken.
I'm about to say
It's an
I'm about to say some
old-ass
nerdy
theme.
ass stuff, and but I'm pretty sure the reason I have not been able to get multi-site to work is because our theme was incompatible with PHP. I think it's 7.3 or 4, as it's so old. It was like if I switch it off of 4, it was like I'm breaking everything. And so when I set up multi-site, of course, because it was a brand new installation, it was like all new PHP and everything. And so when I tried to import the site, it was like, and so now I think if I ditch the themes, I can maybe bring multi-site into a reality.
Godspeed.
Yeah. I know that means nothing because it'll be transparent to you, but it's like, we can consolidate our websites, and if we ever decide to spin up another thing, it'll be like super simple to bring up another page. And
Right. This all started back when we were building lots of websites for our stuff.
like when we started Bearsuit Studios.
Yeah.
Like the name, we were like, hey, we should register that, and we'll do
Yeah.
things on it.
Which we still get messages from people that are like, hey, I want to be a part of your studio. And it's like, I'm a good actor. And it's like,
Oh, do we?
I
didn't-
appreciate your hustle, friend. But
How can I audition for you?
yeah, you're like,
I'm out here Banffcasting.
yeah. Pro tip. Actually listen to the thing that you want to audition
Yeah.
for. Like, know what the fuck they are.
I mean, if BJ never comes back, maybe you can audition for that chair, but
Maybe.
he'll be back next
No.
time.
I'm not like an actor in here.
An actor.
Yeah, they might know more than us.
Yeah.
Can't have
Yeah,
that.
still got all this stuff on there.
Acting.
They go away. Yeah.
Yeah, we had like a No Pretense of Cool website, and we were just like, man, if we just integrate all this stuff, and then
Yeah,
that's why
we have the sunglasses for all the logos was because of that one.
Yeah.
Now it's gone. So
Yeah.
I should redo the logos again. Make something new.
Yeah. Except if we go back to multi-site, maybe it'll be cool to have glasses again. I mean, I literally killed the No Pretense at School, so I was like, I got this. We're going to fucking multi-site it. We'll just let that die, and we'll put it over here, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like prematurely ejected on that one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that show ended.
So.
Oh well.
But hey, we do extra and stuff now.
We do.
And occasionally we throw out an old in-pocket episode.
I think we have one left.
Yeah?
One left in the archives.
Well, if we ever go back to the sunglasses, if we keep the sunglasses, I could do the 3D glasses for the Doctor Who one, even though it only showed up like once.
They'll show up again.
We'll be back again.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be back. I'll be back again. I'll be back.
All right.
Yeah.
What other shows we have?
BMFcast Extra.
Yeah.
Let's Slay.
I
Sometimes.
don't know what we put for that one.
That's it.
Yeah, I could have had a good Futurama one, but
All the other podcasts
Yeah.
got canceled.
yeah,
Chuck and I can't do
life
anymore.
sucks.
No, we cannot.
Yeah, you guys have done your part. You've served your time.
Thank you.
No, but I mean, like,
No, I know.
You guys seriously, you spent so much time
Well, don't
together
we know
doing this
we
shit.
know.
If
Oh.
you still lived at the old place, we couldn't do extra.
Oh, no,
that would
no.
be too much
No,
time
no,
away
no.
from a family.
At this point in time, we just finish each other's sandwiches. Yeah. I should have let you do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
You know, a joke that's actually from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Frozen stole it, just like they stole the song from Yentl.
yeah, fuckers. By the way,
Yes.
July 5th.
Right.
You're not going, right?
No, I'm not.
Her flight leaves 11:30, which means I'll have to be at the airport at like 10:30.
In the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what time Pinball Palace opens.
It's Friday. I think it's like 10 to 10.
okay.
We have plenty of time. So whenever you're wrapped up, we'll go up there. We'll probably go eat. Maybe go eat barbecue first, and then go pinball. Because we gotta take you to that barbecue place. It's
Okay.
fucking legit.
Yeah. Well, I will skip breakfast then, but yeah, I will. She will need to be to the airport by like 10:30. Maybe earlier. Yeah, if it's 4th of July weekend, that might be an issue. But most people aren't flying on July 5th though, especially if that's a Friday.
I've flown on July 4th into Chicago, like literally through the fireworks. That was kind of fucking rad, actually. I was like, that.
Yeah,
scene-
aside from scaring the shit out of you.
Well, no, I mean, it's like the scene in Iron Man 2. It's kind of like that.
nah.
I just put on some AC/DC and it's like jumped out of the plane. It's like, hello. No, I didn't.
Yeah, and Harlow's one was Fun Time Torpedoes.
It's fun time torpedoes because I'm stupid like that.
Yeah.
But I do not talk well about it.
And we do not have a Bear Suit Studios standalone website. Or
I mean, the domain's registered, but it's like there's nothing.
Yeah,
there.
it doesn't link to anything.
No, it's like it's literally like a template at this point.
Yeah.
Tell people about what we're doing the following day.
Oh,
Are we gonna? Yeah, I guess we are gonna try to stream that, aren't we?
we're gonna do the Beatles Rock Band live stream.
Yep.
The whole damn thing.
Mm-hmm. Possibly even DLC. We don't know.
I thought we were doing just.
Yeah, we'll do the DLC.
I thought it was just to do the DLC.
Oh no, I want to play. I thought we wanted to play through the story thing again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, the whatever it was called, but I don't remember what the mode was called.
You still have your 360 hooked up somewhere, right? Because I don't. So I don't know what's on my USB sticks at all, or if they're even still alive.
Yeah,
So I can't download any of it. So you'll need to bring it.
I lied. Mine's not in the sun. It's actually in a pile over here.
Yeah. Well, you better dig it out and make sure it still works.
I don't know why it wouldn't.
I'm still mad I didn't get a 360 Slim, like whatever the very last version was. I should have gotten one for posterity.
I'm now starting to regret not getting whatever the last 360 model
Yeah.
was, because especially now with them saying backwards compatibility is done, I'm like, I want to.
Be sure.
I'm more concerned about my PS3 dying one day, because that's 3 generations of console right there.
Yeah. Because you and I have like launch ones, so we have the actual good
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah. Like the day that dies, I'm going to be sad because
Is it going to be a Twitch stream?
Yeah, I think it
I
should.
think we're
Yeah.
probably going to do that. Well, like here's the thing about the Beatles live stream is like if you don't catch the live stream, you don't catch it because it's going to get censored. Like we can't. I mean, we can locally save the video, but it's like if we put it on anything, it's immediately going to get taken down
I mean,
or
it may just get flagged. But they
just
may
no
snap
monetary
ads on
thing.
it.
Okay.
We can certainly
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah, but I mean,
So we could like simulcast on a few different ones.
I don't know about we want to do that. I'm just thinking like we'll record locally and stream. Probably we're going to probably use this as a good excuse to try something on Twitch besides just BJ playing games.
Yeah.
But then like I'm not saying like don't watch BJ play games. I'm just saying like we want to try something different, and I think we'll probably archive it because I think Twitch is like super. Like they'll just take it down. Like I don't think they have like a YouTube like
They do.
demonetize it thing. I'm just saying like, we'll probably put the archive on YouTube and just be like, fuck it, we don't care about ads.
Yeah. Because we don't get ads anyway.
Yeah, I think
Oh, yeah.
I think they're gonna mute it, and that's just annoying.
Yeah, but it'll be the no quarters net one.
It's either ads or nothing. They don't.
No, not on YouTube, on Twitch.
Oh.
I think Twitch mutes.
They might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Bill
you
is saying in the chat, Twitch will mute portions of the audio after the stream is done and archived.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It'll be archived. It'll be unlistenable. You'll just go find it. We'll put a YouTube link up or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna test it all out beforehand.
All right.
And there'll probably be some camera, but not like this crazy thing or something like that. Because we're probably gonna be jumping and moving instruments, and because somebody will get tired of drumming and whatever.
We'll do what we did before with the Rock Band live stream. Pretty much, we'll just have to figure out a mic and.
Yeah, we'll probably just bring in a snowball or something.
Pretty good.
Hmm?
We'll figure it out. We'll test it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure out what we can.
We have snowballs and Yetis, I think, and other things that are in the snow.
Yes. In the snow.
Snow angels and
Exactly.
ice skaters. Yeah.
Gremlins.
Brian Boitano. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's all. That's all. We're gonna go now. Good night.
Get out of here, shall we?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, live stream.